Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a request from Henry in the ECOAS Jegan in the colors of Taylor Dutch Miles from Halo ODST, hopefully in the correct color scheme. But yeah, uh, I really kind of like how it came out. Of course, I generally tend to do very vivid colors, but some things just call for muted colors and weathering, and this was definitely one of those cases. Seemed if from the images I saw, hopefully I picked the right ones. Dutch did seem to have some camo on his upper leg armor, so I've done that here. I also put it on the shield just for the novelty. He had a skull on his chest plate, I believe, so I went with Toquan's personal symbol from the Zacrello, or from his helmet, I think actually. But yeah, Echo's Jegan is not bad. It has a proximity grenade that does very heavy damage if it connects, and also has fake beacon. So I think you can kind of see that in places in this round where the enemies seem just a little bit confused as to where I am and what I'm doing. I'm certainly fine with it, so fake beacon drops just like stealth does whenever you actually make an attack. So if you, yeah, when I toss that grenade, I change from red to blue on the enemy radar, and I will be back to red. So yeah, if you're paying attention to the people shooting at you and really not paying any attention to your radar, you can get taken by surprise pretty well, which I think is what just happened to that one person. Yeah, because I kind of tend to have the opposite problem. I feel like I sometimes pay too much attention to the radar and not enough to what's in front of me. But okay, yeah, that is an enemy. The problem I have sometimes is when everybody's grouped really close together. Sometimes the names overlap enemy units, and I can't figure out what I should be stabbing or not. So sometimes I go for it, and sometimes I don't. I was able to snag that the kill on, I think it's Zaku 4 by hitting them with the shield missiles while they were down. Uh, Zaku, the Zaku 4 player I find interesting because they're playing very, very aggressively. They are, it is ostensibly a sniper, but it has some decent short range tools as well, like the heat knuckles. And yeah, they are playing pretty up close. Got downed by a Yuma Lightning Gelgug. Yeah, level 4. I forgot it was that high a level. This is the level 2 Echoes Jegan at 600. So yeah, that makes sense. I think the Yuma Lightning comes in at 450, like most high mobility Gelgugs do. So, but yeah, so far not too bad. Gonna get back in there. But yeah, I enjoyed doing this one. Yeah, I put the Toquan skull on the shield too, just again for just the visual interest, because I don't think Dutch carries a shield, but so I kind of figured that that was kind of free reign in terms of in terms of design. So just tried to make something interesting, but throw the missiles out, tried to hit the legs, follow with the saber. Was hoping the fast swings would be enough to hit together. We're not, but the Stark Jegan is down, so we've got a little bit of a lead. That's a good place to be in. I forgot we have a Faz here because Faz comes in 50 points cheaper than the standard double Zeta Gundam. As I've mentioned before, the Faz is basically one of those, like, what if somebody took one of those, like, dummy laptops or cell phones, and yes, I am pushing against the board of the map and trying to move past it because I'm smart. What if somebody took one of those dummy laptops or phones from, like, the displays in a store and actually rigged it up so it worked? That's kind of what the Faz is. It was more or less a display model to show off the potential upgrade pack for the Double Zeta, and apparently just they needed a mobile suit with a big gun on it, so they made it so they got it functional. Pretty sure that's right. As always, corrections are welcome in the comments because my brain is kind of slushy sometimes, and also my knowledge of Gundam is still kind of outdated. Like stuff, things have changed, things have been added contradicted, yes, and etc. over, you know, the 20 some years I've been paying attention. And I've just lost track of some of it because there's a lot of it. But let's see. Bomb planted enemy base. We're a little bit ahead, but, or we were, but then I exploded. Now we're just a tiny bit ahead. We're at like 1 kill. So yeah, not a bad time for base bombing. I'm not sure it's going to work or not. I don't remember that part. But let's see. Yeah. 2.5 minutes to go. Again, just we're staying just a little bit ahead, not very much. So yeah, seems like a good time for a bomb if possible. But we'll see what we get. Trying to figure out where to jump back in. And I picked the base, yeah, because I kind of saw, I think number 2 kind of backing their way over here as they engaged with some enemies. So hopefully the enemy has not realized that I am not them. Well, they do now because I threw a grenade. But yep, that's the Zaku 4 actually sniping at this point. And forgot the Zaku 4 got resist move. Yeah, I think that's part of the most recent buff for it. And yeah, seems to be doing fairly well. Yeah, I like the Zaku 4 pretty well. But like I said, I have not used it. I've not used it for close-up fighting the way this person is. I might give it a shot because they're not doing badly. And right now, just kind of, I was hoping that they would back over my grenade as they got out of the blast radius, but they didn't get all the way out. Used their iframes. The person who was on the ground did anyway. And yeah, now I'm just trying to get that 4 before I can get, you know, blown up. But yeah, having a little bit of trouble locking it down. It figured out what I was about to do and didn't let me do it. That's, you know, smart. And missiles ready. I think I threw them all out and didn't get it. Finally got it, and actually got that with I hit the start Jegan with the same bazooka shot. I rolled because I don't think this has anti-blast stabilizer, and I didn't want to find out the hard way while I was, you know, fighting things. There's an RF goof. Didn't have time to do any more damage to it, but yeah, we are far enough ahead now that that bomb has gone off that I don't really need to worry about it. I think we've got this round pretty well. So let's take a look. 30 seconds left. Hopefully time for me to jump in and do something useful. Brain. Yeah, sorry. You know, today's brain problem is that neighbors a couple houses down decided to play a lot of very loud music all day, which is when I sleep because I record at night. And yeah, just apparently, you know, apparently it's good. I wasn't planning on, like, you know, getting a good night's sleep or hearing myself think, because that neither happened. But yep, pulled it off. I think it worked out pretty well. Let's take a look at the final scores. I do remember there was some lag here. So yeah, it'll take a second to resolve and get to the windscreen and all that. And yeah, that's about all. All right. And yeah, like I said, I think the deco came out pretty well. And I got top score at 4,085 out of 1,700. That's not bad. And let's see. Gundam got top damage, not surprised. I did 67,000 damage, 5 and 3. Decent. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, Henry, and that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We'll be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later. So, I did the stupidest thing in Night Rain last night. Was playing Wilder in Deep of Night. Somebody got downed very early in the match, and I went over to try and get them up, and I was going to use the Wilder's Tether to do it. Wilder's Tether does pretty good, does a pretty good amount of, you know, the resurrection gauge, whatever you want to call it. You know, almost a whole bar if you can fire it twice in a row. And fire that on PSN, you hold triangle and press L2. Just L2 is your weapon skill. My weapon skill was seppuku, so I walked over to this person I wanted to Revive didn't hit triangle, grabbed my sword by the wrong end, and fell over.